so much. Oh, it's so good. That's some quality stuff. You know, water is very important. It's a limited resource, and we should do our best to conserve it. Right now, water is currently being depleted at rapid rates, and people need to start worrying about it. Due to population increase, the way we use it, and how we thought about it before, and using recycled water is just gonna help us, not just as a on the communal level, on a global level. On a global level. So you might ask, what's the problem? What's going, like, where is the issue? And it's how we use the water. We use water on a daily basis with the shower, the sink, the toilet, but it's not being used effectively. According to the EPA, the Environmental Protection Agency, on October 16th, 2015, the average American family uses up to 400 gallons of water a day. With population increase, Todd Franco of the Washington Post even reported on the Hoover Dam and how its water levels started decreasing so rapidly that eventually, he said by 2015, Hoover Dam would stop producing electricity. The turbines wouldn't function at such a low water level. But fortunately for us, they replaced the old turbines with newer ones that could function about 100 feet shallower. But that just delays the issue. So you guys may ask, how did it start? What are the causes? Well, it's kind of how we thought of water before. Since elementary school, we've been taught about the water cycle. Evaporation, condensation, precipitation, all that stuff. And it made us think that water is always going to be there. It's basically infinite. But it's not. It's like any other natural resource, it's limited. The water cycle is a system, and like any other system, it can only support so many. The water cycle provides us with fresh water, which is what we primarily use and consume. And according to the United States Geological Survey on August 7th, 2015, water just goes from its sources to our homes where we consume it. It goes to a water treatment plant, and then they just get rid of bacteria, clean sewage, and they just dump it right back into the ocean. So now that I talked to you about the causes, I'm going to go ahead and talk about some solutions. One solution is that we could take the ocean water, for example, and just take the salt out of it and make it fresh water again. But according to America's Water Crisis and What to Do About It by Dr. Robert Glennon, this solution is rather expensive, takes up a lot of energy, and it pollutes the air, which furthers climate change, which kind of like started the drought for California and the western United States. He says a better solution would be to use reclaimed sewage water. And I know most of you, when you hear sewage water, you tend to just back away slowly. But it's actually really beneficial for us. It helps us basically use our water more effectively. It can be cleaned, sterilized. You can clean it. In fact, Singapore is a city known for its very limited resources. And in fact, they answered their issues with water by using reclaimed water. In fact, 30% of Singapore's water supply is reclaimed sewage water. So now that I talked about some solutions, I'm going to go ahead and wrap this up. Fresh water is a resource that we need to conserve and preserve. Water depletion is a huge problem. we need to change the way we think about water because it's not infinite, and reusing reclaimed sewage water will help benefit not only us but the world. And speaking of that, I like to quote Edmund Sanders of the LA Times as he reports on recent violence in Kenya. He says, tribes that have lived side by side for decades have been pushed to warfare by competition over disappearing water. I want you guys to think that when you save water, you're saving lives.